So once again, Hoop fans, Lori Shepard coming to you.
We're going to talk a lot about fantasy football rankings. I want to give the biggest shout out to high school sports.
Belly cut the defender, gets the ball, and it falls at the buzzer!
And we're live.
And we're live. Welcome into first pitch out of the bullpen on Four Quarters, live on our Four Quarters Facebook page, live on Air Now, and seriously, subscribe to us on YouTube. You can do it. Go on to YouTube, hit that button right there, that one right there. Yep, it's free. It's free.
I love it, Lori.
It's free right there. I don't know where the button is. My notes are all discombobulated too. So, happy Hump Day!
Oh, we're almost there, guys.
Happy Hump Day. CB, what do you want to talk about first? First of all, though, from the bullpen, we're missing our reliever out of the bullpen. Wheels, probably right about now, is stretching.
Yep.
Then she'll do some sprints around 5:45 before she roams around in left center.
What a gorgeous day to do it, though.
The first one in how long?
It's been so long.
It's been a long time, CB. And CB, you can ask for a better day off.
I know. It was amazing.
Nice day off. We had some malfunctions here. We got wires going every which way. And if Charlotte wasn't here, or CB, excuse me, I call you Charlotte, we wouldn't be on the air right now. That's all I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. So, deep breath.
We got this.
Let's look at our spotlight on the Dog of the Week, which is a return. From the bullpen.
And some good news is that Murphy's adoption is pending. And so
Go Murphy.
Today we are putting the spotlight on Abigail again. She's 8 years old, but still very active. Like I said, this is like, I love the 5 to 8 year old range.
Me too.
They're still super playful, but then also will just snuggle up on the couch with you. She is a short distance runner, so she loves to get her zoomies in.
Love it. Loves the zoomies.
But loves recovery time as well, right? So she'll snuggle up with you. She is a shepherd mix, so she does have some shepherd tendencies and can be a little protective. Can be dog selective, but would do well with an adult male, a stable adult male, chill male in the house. But she is in New England, and guys, check out Abigail. She's super cute.
Check her out. Read about her. Contact Golden Hugs.
Yes.
That is where I got my Bowman from. And let me tell you, CB, you should go nuzzle up, snuggle up with Bo today.
Oh.
Grooming appointment yesterday.
Oh, how handsome is he?
And they're so soft because we know all dogs play tough, so
yeah.
They have that nice dirt layer on them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Soft, smells so good, looks so handsome. What does he do this morning? Goes right outside, goes down the deck, and lays on the dirt in the mud spot that he has dug over the last month or two.
For sure.
Lays right there.
It's the first thing they do.
Yep. And I'm like, oh, bud, could you just have that clean feel for 1 week? Just 1 week, please. Oh, God.
They're probably like, what is this smell?
What's that?
Like, why do I smell? What is this smell?
Right. That's what he's saying. Why do I smell so good?
Right.
I don't like smelling like this. Before we get into the Olympics, and please, people that are listening, let us know what your favorite event, storyline of the Olympics is so far. When's the closing ceremonies? Is it Sunday?
Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday. Yep. Got any shout outs before we talk Olympics? Because I know you have a lot when it comes to the Olympics.
Yeah, so besides Olympics, I do have a shout out to Freddie Freeman.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Go with it.
So he's been on like basically family medical leave from the Dodgers for about a week and a half now. His 3-year-old son is recovering from Guillain-Barré syndrome, which, if you don't know, is pretty serious. It causes kind of paralysis throughout the body. And recovery time, they do recover well. The recovery time depends on each patient, but he is home and doing better. So Freddie Freeman came back to a standing ovation.
As he should.
And it was super emotional, actually.
How old is his son?
3.
So does the paralysis happen from birth, or does it just
No, so it's usually
as the disease?
It's usually like a reaction.
Okay.
So it's not, it's not genetic. It's not. Usually, sometimes it happens like they get a stomach virus. If I'm remembering correctly, they get like a stomach virus, and then like a couple weeks later, they start having all of this.
Wow.
It's wild. It's wild, and can affect people's lungs. So sometimes, depending on how serious it is,
Sure.
they have to be intubated. But then they get them on all of the right medications, and slowly they start gaining strength back.
God bless.
Yep.
God bless you, Freddie Freeman, and your wife, and your little boy.
And he's just a stand-up guy.
100%.
He is just a stand-up guy.
See, we know the stand-up
Yeah.
guys, the stand-up athletes, and we'll probably talk about that when we talk about Olympics. So good shout out, buddy. Good shout out. Any more? Good.
No, the rest of mine are Olympics.
All Olympics. That's what I thought. I'm just going to give a quick shout out to the Maple Shrine Bowl, Vermont versus New Hampshire. This was the 71st annual Maple Shrine Bowl, and Vermont, 2 years in a row, came away with the victory, 26-21. Just some quick shout outs to local standouts that were in the Maple Shrine Bowl. Spalding's Gabe Hoare, Spalding Jaquan Jason Deering, and U32 Shane Curtin. I got to say this, CB. Just being selected, whether you stepped on that field or not, is huge when it comes to the Shrine Maple Sugar Bowl. That's big stuff right there. I don't want to throw my notes all over the place as I'm starting to do. Best thing I heard.
Oh, I love it.
I have to do a best thing I heard.
Yep.
And I will then give one more shout out. Stop blaming the home run derby for your batting slumps.
Slumps, yeah, for sure.
I didn't read the entire article, but it happens every year.
Every year.
And can we blame the home run derby?
No.
I mean, Bobby Witt's doing just fine.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's probably batting .450 since the All-Star break. So that was the best thing I heard. I'm like, yeah, stop doing it. Headline
Absolutely.
on CBS, I'm like, stop doing it. A shout, can we make like a sad emoji on the screen or something? Because all I have done all summer is brag about
I don't have a stand one. I have mad.
our Mountaineers. Our Mountaineers went down.
Oh, no.
That's a big, sad emoji. Obviously, they were the number 1 seed, and they swept Martha's Vineyard, the Sharks, the number 8 seed, in the quarterfinals. And then Mother Nature hit on Sunday, but I don't have the reasoning behind this, so if somebody knows it, please chime in. It was up here at the Montpelier Rec Field. Vermont wasn't in the lead, mind you. They were playing the Sanford. I don't have the Sanfords. What is the Sanfords? I think it's the Mainers. Yes, it is. Anyways, so they were down 7-4, and then Mother Nature hit.
Yep.
So it was suspended in the top of the 7th. And understand they were down.
Yep.
But they had to take a 3-hour trek to Sanford, Maine to complete. And I don't know if it's because if they lose that first game, it then goes to the other ballpark. I've got to dig a little bit deeper on this. So the comfy confines of Goodell Park for Sanford, where Sanford held on to a 7-4 win, and then so they had to finish that up Monday night, and Game 2 was played later Monday night, and Sanford came away with a 5-3 victory.
Oh.
So in the semis, the Vermont Mountaineers will go home. Sanford who was 30-18 on the season again. Vermont ends the season 32-13.
Yep.
Damn good season.
Great season.
They're going to face off against number 2 Newport Gulls, who are 31-16 in the best of 3 NECBL Championship Series. I just don't know why they had to take the trek back.
Yeah.
Did we think Monday's weather looked just as bad, which actually it did end up being just as bad.
Right.
But a big shout out to the Vermont Mountaineers. Thank you for entertaining us yet again this summer. And I want to give a shout out to 3 young men, Vermont Stars, Nate Knowles, Brandon Butterworth. I know you're going to laugh at that name, aren't you? And Nolan Sparks. And I saw these gentlemen last year when I saw Vermont play over in Rhode Island. Their motto of the NACBL is keep your eye on the dream, and it came alive for those 3 as they were drafted in the MLB draft. How freaking cool is that?
That's awesome. That is awesome.
I want to see who Knowles, who I did see pitch last year. Nate Knowles was selected in the 4th round. That's pretty freaking good.
That's amazing.
I mean, the MLB
awesome.
draft goes on forever.
Oh, forever.
Forever.
It's too long.
4th round by the Tampa Bay Rays with the 124th overall pick. Butterworth, who I love. When I watched that one game over in Rhode Island, this is one of those kids you love. You would have watched him, CB. North Carolina State shortstop was taken by the San Diego Padres with pick number 360.
Nice.
And Nolan Sparks, was chosen by the St. Louis Cardinals with selection 381st. And there actually is, if you Google that, about NACBL players, quite a few of them were drafted.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think that is
awesome.
so freaking cool. I love stuff like that. You know, so we think, we're going to go up and watch. Are these guys ever going to? Yes,
Right.
they keep their eye on their dreams. I thought I had another shout out, but that one might have been it. Let's move on to talk Olympics then.
Yeah. Gal says, nice shirt, sis.
Thank you so much, sis. And you've got to stay tuned to the rest of the show because there's a big reason for me wearing this tonight, even though I tend to wear a lot of Steelers attire. We named the show, what did we name it, CB? Lift as you climb.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, I love stuff like that.
Yep, I love that.
Inspirational quotes, poetry. When Jordan Childs, who I think she's from New Jersey, so when she arrived at Simone Biles' camp over in, what part of Texas is Simone Biles from?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways, she left New Jersey. When she arrived, the first thing they worked on, and I'm talking Jordan and Simone, the first thing they worked on was not building her skills, but instead building her freaking confidence. Okay?
Solid.
With me?
Yep.
2 years later, Simone and Jordan obviously headed to the Olympics together. This is what we mean by lift up as you climb. Trophies are nice, but the biggest flex is winning together and creating an environment where others thrive too. We lose our eyes on things like this,
Right.
CB. And how many times did you shed a tear so far during the Olympics?
Oh, too many.
Because this is what they're doing.
Yep.
I mean, literally, this is what they're doing. I still don't understand what happened on the floor event the other night.
I don't either.
And I've read up on it, and still don't get it.
They increased her difficulty score, so that
Right.
increases her overall score.
Why aren't they doing it in the beginning?
I don't know.
Meaning as they're watching,
Right,
as they're doing the scores, because then you literally broke the hearts
Right.
of the Romanian gymnasts.
I know.
And I'm sorry, that gal was celebrating, flag around her shoulders.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep.
Taken away. Gone.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I
That
will-
broke my heart.
Yeah, that was rough. But on that note, let's see if I can get the desktop up. Where are we? Okay, putting the desktop up to show the picture of all 3 of these ladies on the podium: Andrade, Simone Biles, and Jordan Childs. When they went up, and as they were giving Andrade her gold medal, Jordan said to Simone, "Should we bow to her?" And Simone's
Amen,
like,
sister.
"Absolutely,
Amen, sister."
And this is the first time in Olympic history that there have been 3 black women on the podium
God,
for
I love that.
Olympics. And they've all been through so much. Andrade has been through like 4 ACL injuries.
Right? Andrade. Seriously.
Yeah, and
Suni Lee.
Yep.
People didn't even know if she was going to be in the
From
Olympics.
2 kidney issues. Simone, that's well documented. And there have been so many moments throughout watching the gymnastics, as I watch a lot, where Simone and Andrade were just like giving each other hugs. We're rooting, like all these ladies were rooting each other on, and it's incredible.
Andrade, the quote I have from her, you're going to love this. I know that she wants to win, but she will continue rooting for me. And she knows that I want to win, but I'll keep rooting for her. Andrade 2 of Simone Biles. And you saw that.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Time and time,
Yep.
night in, night out, when the gymnasts were on. The respect
Yes.
card. Amazing.
And I think Simone said something of, like, I'm tired. Andrade is getting too close. This is the closest it's ever been. Like, I'm just tired.
She did say that many times, didn't she?
Yep.
And I love it. And I do have a thing about what happened on the floor, but I don't even think I want to get into it. I just wish the judges
did it sooner.
because that is their job.
Yep.
Sorry. And you put the 2 Romanian gymnasts through what you put them through, and even Jordan Childs as well. So that was tough to watch. Obviously, I was watching it that night, and even as a U.S. citizen cheering for U.S., you find yourself cheering for so many athletes from other countries.
Absolutely.
And my heart broke.
Yeah.
My heart broke. So that was tough to see. Not many times will we say, oh, my God, that was awful. But that was awful what that gal was put through.
Yeah,
Because they were claiming 3rd and 4th, I think, Romania was at that point. So where do we start, CB? I will always say to you, and we talk about this so often, I have so many new heroes.
Yeah.
Now that these Olympics have played out. And remember in the beginning when we're like, what events can you absolutely not miss?
Right.
And I think we said swimming and gymnastics.
Yep.
I have to now say a slight lean for me in swimming. Love gymnastics too. Do not get me wrong. I can't stop thinking about the men's gymnastics team still. But when I knew it was the last night of in the pool, I was just like,
so sad, right?
Yep. My heart fell into my big fat toe. It really did. So
there's and also like the rivalry between U.S. and Australia. It's just so I love it.
It's
I
real,
love it.
right?
Yeah,
it's real. So my biggest thing was watching Bobby Fink, who I didn't know anything about.
Yep.
I'm always going to be completely honest and transparent here. Katie Ledecky.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, that's who I watched for.
Tori Husk became a hero to me through these Olympics.
Yes.
Walsh, all of them. I mean, all of them. But watching Bobby Fink in the 1,500 meters, it was a 12-year world record that he broke.
Insane.
Watching Katie Ledecky, watching him from the stands,
Yep.
you'd have thought that was her brother,
she was going
boyfriend,
crazy.
husband. She was going crazy.
She was going crazy.
My heart,
Yep.
tears in my eyes
Yep.
watching him shatter a 12-year record.
Yep.
And I'm like, again, knew nothing about this young man going in. And then listening to his interview afterwards. What a good old boy.
Oh, yeah.
He just had that aw shucks attitude.
I know.
I'm not really sure how to answer all these questions, but
He's like, I just want to swim.
yeah, gosh damn, I can't believe that just happened.
Right?
My mind is just blown.
Yeah.
And again, what we say on this show is just our point of view.
Yeah.
So I look at Bobby Fink, I listened to him, I watched him, my heart,
Yep.
and I say, can you take Noah Lyles to dinner and teach
Oh
him
my
how
gosh.
to be, what's the word I'm looking for here? A down-to-earth, good human being.
Oh my gosh.
You've been given this talent, this
Yep.
God-given talent. And I thought it was me when
Yep.
I watched Lyles in the 100-meter.
Right.
When they announced them. Did he really need to do what he did? Everybody goes to their block, waves to the crowd,
Yep.
gets focused, dialed in, and he did what he did.
Yeah. Yeah. What gets me about him, too, is that he'll trash talk his own teammates.
Oh, see, I don't even think you should tell me that. Now it's gonna make me more upset.
Like in like interviews with his other teammates, like he'll be like, "Oh yeah, if they're in the same event, he's like, I'm winning gold. Like you have no shot. Like I'm here. It's mine." And I'm like, dude, they're your teammates.
I will give everybody the benefit over and over again. So just by the way he entered, I'm like, wow, there's 2 other Americans. And I really liked Thompson from Jamaica.
Me too.
Like the way he carried himself. So let's be honest, one of the best 100 meters we're ever going to see in our lives.
Oh my gosh. Like, it took so long for them to even figure out who won.
Right.
It's
amazing, right? That's what we want.
Yeah. That's why you lead with your chest, folks.
Amen. And when they first crossed the line, I firmly believe Lyles thought Thompson had won. He went up to him. He kind of grabbed him by the shoulders, and I'm like, he's pretty much saying, you know, you probably won this thing. I thought Thompson had won it. When they announced who had won it, Lyles ripped off his name and never. I didn't see him go back to Thompson.
I didn't.
So man up.
Yeah.
But you just lost the gold medal. I am so sorry, because could that have been any closer, my man?
Right.
I didn't see any of that.
No.
I didn't see any of that. And I know he's, I don't want to jinx him, probably going to win the 200. That's his specialty.
Yep.
And I'll be interested to see how he
reacts,
carries himself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just,
that
to me.
There's a difference between confidence and arrogance.
Right. You have to have confidence.
Yeah. To be an athlete,
you're not even going to make it to the Olympics.
Right. To be an athlete at that level, you have to be confident.
Great point.
But there's a level of arrogance and lack of respect for his competitors, right?
Right.
So, I don't know.
So let's just shift to Tori Husk then.
Okay.
Who in the 4x100 mixed medley, she was the anchor.
I love the mixed medleys. They're so fun.
Loved it.
Even in the running one.
Even in the running one.
Oh, I love mixed medleys. It's so fun.
Where you thought the Americans had it won.
Oh, yeah.
In the track.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, wait, what's it? Was it the Netherlands?
Yes.
No, I can't even remember. It was the Netherlands.
Because that same team broke the Olympic record in the trials or the semifinals, whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, they have this. And then the Netherlands, out of nowhere. Just so tall. Just so tall.
Thank you for saying that. So tall.
Their legs
Long
are just
legs.
Crazy.
Oh, my God. But, yes, the mix relays, just amazing.
Yep.
So, Tori Husk anchors the 4x100.
Yep.
And what was fascinating to me watching that was how each country picked who was going to go in.
Right.
Typically, it was
like
male, female.
Yep.
Some had females going first. I mean, it was just a mosh posh.
Right.
And to watch Tori Husk anchor that team, and it could not have been any closer. It could not. It literally was the tip of your finger.
Oh, absolutely.
Touching the wall. To watch her teammates celebrating, as they should be.
Right.
Watching her in the pool, she couldn't even get out of the pool.
Nope.
She was freaking exhausted. They get her out of the
Yeah.
pool. She leans against the start board, leans up like, I can't even breathe.
Yeah.
And then to watch them in the 4x100 women's, where she just anchored
blew
it
everyone
away at the end.
Blew everyone away.
That girl's freaking amazing.
She for me is like this, like, because I didn't know much about her before this, and for me,
Exactly.
I've just had so much fun watching her.
Right?
Yeah.
And she carries herself really well.
Yep.
What you're going to laugh at what captured my attention when it came to Tori first was, you know, the U.S. swim teams always come out in their white parkas, their winter parkas.
Yep.
To keep their muscles warm.
Yeah. It's cold. They're wearing bathing suits.
Tori comes out in the biggest hoodie I've ever seen on a human being. It's hanging off of her, first of all.
Yeah.
I'm like, interesting. Every time I watched her, obviously, and we all have our superstitions. That's her thing.
Yep.
But it does. It looks like it's going to fall off her. It looks like you could fit another person in there. And that's what caught my attention first. And then I watched her swim.
And
oh
my gosh.
My God.
Yeah.
And the men's relay got silver.
Yes.
And that was like the first time we haven't gotten gold in 16 years.
Yeah.
I watched the interview with them, and God bless them. They went through the interview with a lot of class. You could just tell it was just eating them alive.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But very proud of them, incredibly proud of them. And yeah, so we talked about Simone Biles and Katie Ledecky, who's going to get the most medals. Guess who did? Do you know?
Is it Simone?
They tied.
Oh, nice.
They tied, as they should. So Simone, 3 gold, 1 silver. Katie, 2 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. And I'm like, wait, what? 1 bronze?
Yeah.
It was her first race. It was the 400 meter freestyle, was it?
400 free.
And after that, she just took over. But
Yeah.
with her in the 1500 and the 800,
Yeah.
winning it the last 4 Olympics.
Yep. For the 800. Yeah, for both probably.
For both, I think.
She
800
long long distance, and for both of those races, she's like the top 20 times. Like,
Yeah.
they're all hers. It's incredible.
And she doesn't even look tired when she gets out of the pool.
And just like especially the 1500, to swim the 1500 as fast as she does, that's almost a mile, folks. Like, that is
Right.
insane.
I mean, you have time to go make your dinner and come back and they're still swimming.
Think about how much time like that is to just
Right.
think.
Right?
Like, what does she think about? I don't know.
That's actually a valid point. I wish
Yeah.
we could phone a friend.
Yeah.
Me and Katie Ledecky. You know?
Right?
She got a lot of friends.
Call it.
Talk to me about soccer, CB.
I'm shocked.
Thank
There's
you for
been
giving me
so-
your phone yesterday to
there-
watch a little bit of
Okay,
it.
yeah. So I was,
Love it. I love
I
it.
had, from 12 to 1, I, lunch and dock, and then my 1 o'clock cancel. So I got to watch the game, and I'm like, all right, it's going to go into extra time. And then I had to see a patient. So I'm like, Lori, watch the game. Let me know how it goes.
Make sure you tell Jess Olive that you did. I
Yeah.
did watch a little bit.
Yep.
She'll be proud of me.
But there have been so many shockers, even outside of the U.S. I mean,
Right.
for me, the U.S. has the talent. I mean, they've
Right.
always had the
Right.
talent. That's not the issue.
Right.
The issue was they had 2 games with Emma Hayes before the Olympics.
Exactly.
And I'm a huge fan of Emma Hayes' system, but
Yes,
I'm like,
you are.
it
Yep.
takes time to learn a system and to
100%
actually
in
do
any
it.
sport.
But they've done it.
Yeah.
So what I love about the system and what I've been seeing is, yes, not only is, Trinity Rodman, Mallory Swanson,
Who's a stud.
and Sophia Smith, like all 3
Mm-hmm.
of them, again, I've said it before, they're the most athletic front line we've ever had.
Right.
We've ever had. And they're just having a good time. But it's so fluid, right? And so
Yes.
I have to give a shout out, especially to Trinity Rodman, whose work rate is insane. She is on the front line, folks. And for so much of the game, she's heading back to the midfield. She's heading back to help on defense. She's going up. She's racing to the
Yep.
front. Like, her work rate is just so amazing. And if she goes back, then sometimes Crystal Dunn will go forward because
Yep.
Crystal Dunn is playing on defense, but she's also a forward. People are popping in and out of the midfield. Like, it's so fluid.
Right.
And
right.
that's what makes it more
And
dynamic.
that's what makes it work. And that's
Yeah.
why they are in the gold medal game.
And I'm shocked and I'm so excited.
CB had no expectations.
No, yeah, which I think is why I'm actually happier this year.
Who was playing Saturday? Who did they play Saturday morning when I was texting with you? Hey, what are you doing? Are you watching the soccer game?
Japan
And that's the one where Rodman.
scored the goal.
What a
What a
shot.
shot.
What an angle.
And Japan,
Tough angle.
And Japan is a great game,
Yes.
great team, guys. They have been historically, they're always in the semi. They're close, right?
Yep.
And then also my other shout out is to my favorite player, Naomi Girma.
That is
who-
your favorite player, isn't it?
So it's funny because Becky Sauerbrunn was my favorite player for the longest time. She still plays league,
Yep.
but she was a center back as well, wore number 4. And Naomi's she's worn a couple of different numbers, but she's wearing number 4 in the Olympics.
love it.
But her defense, and Crystal Dunn, but Naomi Girma, especially being in that center back position, has just, she's so intelligent. She's so athletic. She's got to be, for me, the future captain of the U.S. team.
Right.
Like, it's a no-brainer. And Lindsey Horan has not had good games. Wheels is going to hate me for saying that because she loves Horan. But also some big shocks is Brazil being in the final with the U.S.
Right.
Because in order to do that, they beat France, who, again, France is I think they might be they're ranked up there, like
Right.
maybe top 3.
Yeah.
They are up there, and they beat France without Marta,
Right.
who had a red card in the previous game, so could not play the quarterfinals. Won against France, and then they won against Spain, who
to me, that's when I go, holy crap, they beat Spain?
I had them winning the whole thing.
Yes.
They won
Yes,
the World
you
Cup.
did.
They
Yep.
won against Europe and against England in the Euros just recently. So I had Spain.
So we had them shoe-in.
I had
It's a shoe-in.
It was a no-brainer.
That's why you
so
play the game.
So the fact that it's anyone's game. The finals on Saturday morning, 11 o'clock. It's anyone's game.
When is
Anyone's
it again?
game. Saturday at
morning.
11. Anyone's game, guys.
Don't anybody go near CB's house.
Oh
if
my
you know where
gosh.
she lives, stay away. I've seen it firsthand.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to
Yep.
say.
Yep.
So chances are good, though, right?
It's a 50.
I mean, we're not going to give him a podcast
50-50
jinx. I'm just
shot.
saying.
It's a 50-50
chance-
shot.
Sure.
50-50 shot.
Sure. I love listening to you talk soccer.
Oh, I love soccer.
It's your passion.
It is. I love it so much.
CB says to me the other day something about the game, and I go, basketball? And she's like, no, the soccer game. And I'm like, oh, yeah, soccer, basketball. Even though we love both,
yeah.
I'm still learning the soccer side
Yeah.
of things. And I'm so grateful for CB and her patience with me as I continue to learn the soccer side of things. Any more Olympics you want to give a shout to?
Two quick ones.
You
Two
know
quick
who
ones.
we do. I want to give a huge shout to.
Yes. Before that, I just have two quick ones.
Yep.
Yulo, I can't remember his first name. He won the first gold medal for the male. He's the first male athlete to win a medal for the Philippines. He won a gold, and I think then
God,
he
I
won a
love
silver in gymnastics. And it was just, I think he, funny fact is, I think he won like a lifetime supply of cookies.
Oh my
because
God,
he
you're
won the
kidding
gold.
me.
No, I'm not kidding.
That's amazing. I'd be
right?
all over that.
Oh, absolutely.
Or
Gold
ice
medal
cream.
just stays there, but then you get a lifetime supply of cookies. And then the other one is I love the lift as you climb.
Yes.
In handball, Brazil's Tamires Morena and the other team, Angola's Albertini Kasama. So they play on a league together.
Okay.
In league play, but Albertina got injured,
Okay.
and so
know this one.
Tamires comes over as she's on the ground. They're trying to get her up, and she picks her up and carries her to the sideline.
Literally lift as you climb.
Literally, is carrying her like a baby, and she's like, "I got you." And then she brings her to the
my
sideline because they're very close friends. And even if they're playing each other, she's got her friend.
She's got her.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love that. Can I give mine?
Absolutely, because
I'm not going out on a limb like CB just did. Gabby Thomas, come on.
We're both gonna nerd out about Gabby
Oh
Thomas.
my God. Such elegance and poise.
Oh my gosh, can she be like? Listen, it's not fair though. Like, can she leave some talent for the rest of us?
Right? I mean, she made that look easy.
Oh my gosh.
And that was against Julian Alfred.
Yes,
a big fan.
We're both big fans.
Huge fan.
We're both big fans.
Winning that 100-meter Alfred from St. Lucia and then coming in second to Gabby Thomas. God, just watching her run is just effortless. It's just a thing of beauty. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to say it.
No, it's, oh my gosh.
I just sat there and went, oh my God. And I didn't know she was from Northampton, Mass.
Yep.
She's a New Englander.
So another fun facts is was inspired by Allison Felix, who's I think the last American to win this.
12 years ago, I think.
Something like that. Studied neurobiology at Harvard, got her master's degree in epidemiology, and volunteers at a clinic for the uninsured in Texas.
Jeez, that's all she's doing, CB, with her life.
Is also a freaking genius, is
Freaking
incredibly
genius.
generous, and then is stupidly talented.
And then she gets interviewed.
Yep.
And I'm like, really? Seriously? So fluid, so much class. And I'm like, and I love the track and field ringing the bell.
Yes.
I love that. I absolutely love that. So it just, and I'm like, when's Gabby Thomas running? When is she running? And then to watch it, I just was, talk about, again, like the men's gymnastics team. These athletes just wrap themselves around your heart. And our biggest depression, CB, is going to be when these Olympics end.
I know.
And then football will be right around the corner.
Yep.
So tip of the hat to Gabby Thomas. And there's one more track and field I do have to give a shout out to on this show. And that's Cole Hawker.
Yes.
Oh, I watched his
That race was.
I watched his semi.
Yep.
Very impressed watching him in the semi.
Oh, yep.
And then to watch him in the final where he was an afterthought.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to win this thing.
Not at
Josh
all.
Kerr probably was from Great Britain.
Yep.
And I can't think of the other guy's name who won it in the last Olympics in Tokyo.
He didn't even medal.
He didn't even medal, but led the whole race.
Yeah.
Up until
Yep.
that
last stretch. That last stretch.
Oh my God, that last stretch. And
of beauty.
Hawker was stuck inside.
Yep. He tried to get inside again.
And I'm like, God bless you. And then all of a sudden, his burst.
A little opening and.
His burst, and Kerr, you could just see, was like, where did he come from?
Yep.
And U.S. gold and bronze. In that.
Yep.
Kerr got the silver.
Yep.
But watching Hawker in his semifinal, I would just gravitated towards him. I'm like,
Yep.
I really like this guy. And he did the same thing in these semis. You know, I'm just going to hang. I'm going to hang.
Yep.
Where you get your burst from,
And
I
that
don't
kick,
know.
That kick.
But one of the most enjoyable races for me was
Oh
the
my-
men's 50 and 100 meter.
Yes.
And speaking of that, the women's final is tomorrow.
So semifinals tomorrow.
Oh, semifinals is tomorrow. All right. I'm not nervous or anything
Yep,
for
I
Ellie
think-
Purrier. Ellie St. Pierre. I'm going to always call her Purrier because that's her maiden name. Can't wait for that one, but
Yep.
I might be too nervous to watch. I don't know. One more shout out, even though we'll give a ton more shout outs next week, Olympic style. Ryan Crozier, shot put.
Oh, yes.
Glued my eyes to the TV when
I
that
watched
came on.
too. Oh, my gosh.
Third time winning the gold medal for the U.S.
His,
Third time.
all three Americans,
Yes.
their necks are like the size of my thigh. Like, they're just big dudes. And that's,
They're huge
That
dudes.
is 16 pounds that they're
16 pounds,
that
CB.
they're throwing.
16 pounds.
It's insane.
Crazy. I couldn't stop watching it.
It's
Joe Kovac was the other American
Yep.
that won silver.
Yep.
I mean, third time winning it in a row.
Yeah.
Watching them throw that 16-pound ball, I'm just like, are you
can't even fathom.
kidding me?
You can't
No,
even fathom.
I can't. I can't. I'm going to butcher this name, my last one. Annette Echenkunwoke. I probably got that wrong. She won the silver for the U.S. in the hammer throw.
Yes.
75.48 meters. First time an American has reached the podium in this event.
Yep.
Sorry, Annette, if I butchered your name, but I watched her throw. Wow.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
been, yeah. The twirling.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
all time. It's
CB, you watched me almost
balanced.
fall over in the studio. I would
Yeah.
fall over.
Oh, for sure.
I
For
would
sure.
fall over.
Same.
I
I'd be
mean-
going with the hammer. Yeah.
Mind blowing. I mean,
so cool.
I am going to be so sad when these Olympics end, but holy entertainment.
Oh, I love it every second.
If we tried to, at the end, put our top three, I don't know if I could.
Nope.
And we will try to do that.
Ooh, I
next
like
week.
it.
We will try to do that.
I like it.
And I hope people listening will send us their top three as well,
Yep.
because I kept saying swimming. Oh, gymnastics, swimming. And now that I'm watching track and field, I'm like, oh my God.
Track and field's been fun.
It has been so much fun, and there's so much more to come.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And soccer Saturday morning. I've got to make sure I
jeez.
tune in. My
My heart
sister's
just
coming
like
up.
my heart just like seized as you said that.
My sister's coming up, so we may be in the car, but
Yep.
traveling to our aunt's for a much needed day with our Aunt Carmen up in Jay
yeah.
Peak. But
Nice.
we're gonna have to keep get there to watch the soccer game. My
gonna be a
thoughts
great
will
game.
be with you, my friend, because I remember watching the World Cup with you for
As
1
we're
hour.
driving. Yep.
That was that's never.
I
gonna...
felt so bad for Karen in the back because it was a Sunday and I was cursing up a storm because I was just so mad that this was going to PKs and then Pino missed the PK. I was just cursing up a storm, and poor Karen's like, "It's Sunday." I'm like,
remember
know.
who she deals with in life when it
Yeah.
comes to sports.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Before we go to the last quarter, which will be all NFL, do you want to talk about MLB, or do we just put it on deck for next week? Every time I go up to CB at her desk and I say, damn, you're Yankees, she goes, nope, shh, don't say a word, because We have a podcast jinx that we think is real.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
I'll say this one thing. They've been winning me a lot of money.
spoken by a true fan? I don't know. I don't know. What I will say is this. Okay. They had a slump. All teams have a slump.
Yep.
You were ready to write them off, you and Wheels both.
Bad. That month was brutal.
It was brutal.
Yep.
The Phillies are in a slump. They'll get out of it as well. But as I sit here today, leading the MLB in wins, because last week I think I said Cleveland.
Yep.
Who'd have thunk it? No one's talked about them. We now have 4 teams with 67 wins. The Yankees, the Orioles, the Guardians.
I love it.
And the Phillies.
I love it.
Isn't that awesome?
This
is our favorite time of year.
Yep. I think White Sox. Is it the White Sox that just ended their?
They just ended their losing streak.
How many games?
The good Lord.
It's insane.
21, 20?
Yeah, it was insane. And they won against the A's, guys.
You just said all I need to say. Dodgers with 66 wins.
Okay, they're right there.
But they're right there. Seattle 59, Houston 58. That's going to be an incredible pennant run for those two. Braves and the Mets, they're not going to catch the Phillies.
No.
So, 60 wins, 59 wins there. Brewers in the Central, 63. St. Louis with 58. But again, Arizona and San Diego do not fall asleep on those two
They're coming
teams.
in hot.
They're coming in hot, 62 wins,
Yep.
4 games behind the Dodgers. A lot of baseball left to go.
It's just going to be whoever has the momentum at the end.
Yep. And again, I'm just going to keep ding, ding, ding. I've been so proud of the Royals and the Pirates this year.
Yep.
They're not far off, CB. We're going to move on to the NFL. I think I just lost my notes.
Mark is in the house.
What's going on?
He says, "Hi, all. Just got back from Cooperstown, a 72-team tournament. How did that go, Mark?
Mark, we miss you.
Right?
We do. How did it go?
hope
My
you had-
God. Okay, you know what?
Yep.
Mark, you have to come in studio.
Yeah.
In the next 2-3 weeks, we can set something up here to let us know how it went. Talk to us about what you're doing in Cooperstown. Got to have him on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remind me. We got to have him on.
Yep.
He might talk more than I, though.
Oh, it'll be fine.
It's gonna be close. So you can get Mark in here,
Mark says, great. He's in.
and then you're gonna get us talking about the Dolphins.
Oh, buddy.
Good luck to you and Wheels
Oh,
when that
buddy.
happens.
I'll just let you guys go.
So every year we do our predict the divisions, predict your Super Bowl, predict the wild card from the NFL. And I woke up the other morning and I said, "Oh, we got to start doing predicting the division winners." Oh, we got time. And
It's
then I
August
thought,
7th, folks.
we don't have time.
No, we have like a couple weeks.
Literally.
Yeah.
Fantasy football draft is Labor Day weekend or Labor Day itself. Have you been following the Brandon Ayuk
Yep.
rumors that are really going to happen? Not a rumor.
I wish that could be a bet.
You wish what?
That could be a bet where he ends up.
Where he ends up.
Patriots are out. I don't think they're going for him.
What I heard is the Patriots were actually offering the most money to him.
Yes.
And I think he turned his nose up.
Well, because
it's the
Patriots, and they're not. He wants to go to a team that's.
So he wants his cake and eat it too.
Yep.
He wants all the money in the world,
And
and he wants to go to a contender.
Yep.
And you know what? When the Patriots today said, "Yep, we're out,"
Yep.
I commend them for saying, "F this, we're out."
Yep.
They have got some rookie receivers in Jalen Polk and Jermaine Burton. These kids are going to be good.
And let's face it, Ayuk's not going to change. It's not going to be a game changer for them. So
And
why go out and spend a whole bunch of money on him?
And let Drake May and those young receivers,
Figure
even
it
if
out.
May doesn't play this year, because
Right.
it could be Jacoby Brissett. But kudos to the Patriots for saying, "We're out. We're
Yeah.
going to go with our young guys."
Yeah. Go for the rebuild.
100%.
Go all in on the rebuild.
CB, I'm saying this to you, and I'm saying it out loud. I'm proud of the Patriots.
Yeah, which
Those words
for
have
both
never
of us.
come out of my
for
mouth.
both of us.
My sister just stopped watching, probably because I said that. Where do you think he ends up? I'm hearing Cleveland.
Yep.
Pittsburgh's back in.
Pittsburgh's back.
Commanders, I think, dropped out as well.
I would love, like, Pittsburgh's been in and out, in and out, in
Yeah.
and out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him going to Pittsburgh.
Do you know where he should go? Pittsburgh.
Yeah, exactly.
You need somebody opposite George Pickens. Deontay
Right.
Johnson's gone.
And they're great. Like, look at their team now.
Look at who you've brought in.
Right.
I don't know. You're going to have to give up some picks.
Right.
The thing I heard about the Browns, which fascinated me, because
I
in
don't
my
want him
head
on
I
the
went,
Browns.
why Cleveland? Because they traded for Jerry Jeudy from the Broncos.
Yep.
So they got Jeudy opposite Amari Cooper.
Yep.
Njoku, the tight end. They're set.
Yeah.
Then I heard that Amari Cooper could be part of the trade scenario. And I went, whoa.
Oh, wow.
And Cooper's not going to say anything. He's going to leave Cleveland and go to the 49ers.
He'd probably be like, yes, please.
Right? And in my head, I'm like, well, obviously Cleveland really likes Ayuk.
Yeah.
Because Amari Cooper had a fabulous year. His best
Absolutely.
season.
Yep.
He asked for a little bit of a raise. They
Yep.
gave him that raise.
Yep.
Ayuk's asking for the Brinks truck to back up to his house. So I'm like, okay, you're going to pay Ayuk more
Yeah.
than Cooper.
Right.
You're going to have to give up a draft pick.
Yep.
If you're going to throw Cooper in, that's not just a throw in. You're
Right.
not going to give up.
Too much.
You're still going to give up a good
something.
draft pick.
Yeah, but you're not. Yeah.
Fascinating to me.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Because something's going to. At first, when he was at practice, just
Yeah.
not practicing, I'm like, they're going to work this out. They're going to figure this out. They're going to work it out. But then, was it yesterday, day before? It's like, no,
Yeah.
the chances of him being traded are better.
I wonder, Gal, do you want him on the Steelers? I wonder if she wants him on the Steelers.
I'll let her answer. That could be the missing link for them,
I would
all I'm gonna say.
I would love him on the Steelers,
Right?
actually.
right?
I think, because I'm going to have, yeah. I'm excited to watch the Steelers this year.
Right?
I'm so excited to watch the Steelers this year.
So Ayuk opposite George Pickens, because I love Pickens. I've been on that bandwagon all last year and into this preseason. But you can't just let Deontay Johnson go and not fill that role.
Right.
They drafted Roman Wilson from Michigan, who's already going through some nagging injuries in camp, and he's a rookie.
Yeah. And yeah.
Some rookie receivers get it right out of the chute. Some of them need a year or two.
Right.
So that's a big hole for Pittsburgh right now. You put Ayuk in there, oof. All I can say is oof on that one. Cleveland, it would just mean they like him more than Cooper if you're going to throw Cooper back to the Niners.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't get it, but okay. Cleveland's season lies in the hands of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Gail says I would be good with that.
She would be good with that. She would be very good with that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. How to defend the Steelers. I mean, Ayuk's a stud.
He is.
Yards after catch,
Yep.
those yak yards.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite sayings, by the way, yak yards.
Yeah. I like
Sick.
him. He was one of the ones where last year when I started betting, his catch
Yep.
won me like $250.
I love it. I love it.
She says, but don't get too excited for the Steelers yet. I think they'll just be interesting to watch.
Can you tell my sister and I are a lot alike when it comes to our teams?
Oh, I'm the same. Like,
Yes,
we'll be
you
the
are.
first. We'll be the first
You
to
are.
trash talk our teams.
So quickly,
Yeah.
we're going to answer these quickly, and then we're going to go on to our predictions. So this is just some things out of camp. Competitions in
Okay.
camp. Who do you think wins the competition? And don't say I don't care. Denver Broncos, quarterback competition. Jarrett Stidham or Bo Nix? And right now, Stidham is number one on the
is
QB
it?
chart.
Okay.
He's been around for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I think Coach, what's his name, Sean Payton, is
Yeah.
just making Bo Nix earn it.
Yeah. I think it won't be. I
Next.
think it won't be. Yeah, me too. I think it won't be long.
Okay. You wanted to say, who the hell is Jarrett Stidham?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know who. Yeah, I don't know.
Vikings camp.
Okay.
Sam Darnold or J.J. McCarthy?
I think they'll start with Darnold,
Me too.
and then JJ will come in at some point.
I say they start Darnold and he sticks for the year.
Really?
I don't know why. Just my gut. Last one. Here we go. Justin Fields or Russell Wilson? Now, Russell's been out with that calf strain, which allowed Justin to take first team reps.
Yep.
Did he do enough to win the job?
I think I like Fields a lot.
Me too.
I like Fields a lot.
I think Tomlin goes with the seasoned vet, though.
Yeah, I do too. But
I think he goes Russell Wilson, and if he stumbles at all,
Yep.
that's going to be a short leash just because of who's standing on the sideline.
Absolutely.
It's not you and I backing up
no,
Wilson.
you have
It's
another
Justin
starter.
Fields.
You have another starter
Exactly.
right there.
Exactly. All right.
But
so
I would go with Fields.
we are now going to start with our predictions. I will remember to write them down, and we will get wheels next week. So because we're a little behind the 8 ball, CB and I are going to do the AFC East and the AFC North today. And what we're doing is, and it's up to you, CB, you can just put down who you think is going to win the division. You can put them 1 through 4. And do you think a wild card will come out of either division? Mm-hmm. I'm just going to pick who I think is going to win.
Okay. All right, I'll do the same.
The East. So we're going AFC East.
I can't wait to see what you write down.
And AFC North. And I will put WC on the bottom if I think a wild card is coming from either division.
The North is hard.
It is. All right.
The North is so hard.
The North is extremely hard.
I don't know which one to choose.
East and North. I'm doing this without really putting a lot thought process, and the North is hard. You're talking Pittsburgh,
Yep.
Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. Are
Yep.
you freaking kidding me?
Yep.
And then in the East, you are talking Bills,
I mean-
Jets, Pats, Dolphins.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
For the East, I have the Bills.
Okay.
I'm so interested to see. And for the North,
It's okay. My sister can't jump through the screen.
I went. I'm not confident about any of. I'm not. I went.
I love it when CB goes, meh.
I don't. It could be. Mark says boo. Oh, for the Bills.
Of course he did.
Mark,
he's
come on.
a believing Dolphin fan. Unlike
he
me.
is. He is.
Unlike me.
I know.
Wait till he sees my picks. He's really going to
mean,
not be happy.
I know. I can't. If you're choosing who I think you're choosing, we might have issues.
CB, go with your
I'm gonna
gut.
go with. I don't like any of them. Well, I'm not confident about anyone. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
I was just going to say, just pick the Bengals, CB.
But I am saying that
love it.
a wild card's gonna come out of the North, of course.
Who are you picking as that wild card? I'll let you think about that. Okay, so for the AFC East, I am picking the New York Jets.
Yep.
For the
And
North,
the Steelers.
I'm picking the Steelers. And my wild card is the Bills and the Ravens.
Yeah.
I didn't even put Bengals down, so I was glad you picked them.
Yeah. I am.
Sorry, Mark.
So before we went on, I was like, oh yeah, I got the East, whatever. And Lori's like, oh, I think you're gonna be surprised. I was like, I know you're not picking the Dolphins, so are you picking the Jets? I can't pick the Jets for anything. Can't.
So
pick them for
here's
anything.
my deal. Here's my thought process. The North is just completely up for grabs.
It is.
I wore my Steelers shirt.
Yep.
So I'm going to pick the Steelers.
I think the Steelers.
If they
are
get
gonna
Brandon
sneak in.
Ayuk, I'm really leaning with the Steelers.
I think the Steelers are going to get a wild card.
Love the Bengals.
Yep.
I'm so glad you picked them.
Yep.
It does hinge on Burrow.
It does, and
Their defense makes me nervous.
they do.
Cleveland. Mm-hmm. I'm not sold on Watson yet. I have no problem with Deshaun Watson proving me wrong all season.
For sure. I'm just telling you. He hasn't done anything to prove himself.
The Ravens, I feel like the Ravens lost a lot on defense.
They lost almost all of their defense, didn't they?
And one of them is now in a Steelers uniform.
Yep.
Patrick Queen, who's a hell of a linebacker.
Yep.
I will go with Lamar Jackson, meaning giving them a wild card berth.
Yep.
I just like the Steelers on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
And if they get Ayuk, I'll stop saying that,
Yep.
I promise. The Jets, the Bills lost a lot on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side.
They did.
I like their thought process on offense. They let Diggs go.
Yep.
They're like, we don't care who Josh Allen throws the ball to,
Yep.
but we're not going to have a guy pouting on the sidelines anymore in Diggs that
Yep.
wants the ball all the time.
I agree with that.
So they're taking
I
the
agree with
KC route of we've got a plethora of receivers.
Yep.
Love it. I love it.
Me too.
The Jets are really good on both sides of the ball.
Mark says QB will be out for Jets.
I knew. And my next sentence, Mark, is, but as I talk about Burrow and I talk about Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
Joe Burrow needs to stay healthy.
He does.
And I think he's going to, because he's got this new hairdo.
Oh, yes, where he looks like Anakin
he looks
Skywalker.
like Eminem.
Does he?
The rapper. You got to look it up.
I have to look him up recently.
You and Wheels got to look. I'll find a picture and we'll have it on the show next week. He is as bleach blonde as they come.
Really?
It is more bleached than Amon-Ra's blue bleach last year for the playoffs.
Wow.
Which, if you watch The Receiver, you'll see how he got. It's mind-boggling.
Gail says, what? Oh, Lori, love your optimism.
She does every year. Both sides of the ball. I put the Jets and the Steelers as top 5 defenses.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're not getting in a shootout. Mm-hmm. Miami's defense scares me to no end.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
They can get in a shootout, but defensively you got to have a defensive stop here and there.
Yep.
The Ravens, and I know every year everyone's going to say this, the Ravens are great on defense. Couple of their key defensive players left, and I know they have a great secondary.
Yep.
But guess what? Their defensive coordinator left as well.
Exactly.
Coach McDonald is now the head coach over in Seattle.
Yep.
So prove me wrong. 100% go for it. But right now, I'm just looking at both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, Wheels is not going to take the Jets either.
Oh no, I can't. As a New Yorker,
and it pains me because, well, I'm not a big fan of that Jets quarterback. That's all I'm going to say.
I hate the Jets fans. I hate the fans too.
Philly fans.
Yes.
Jet fans.
Yep.
I can't say New York fans because you're a New Yorker.
Yeah. I mean, listen. At least the Giant fans have some class. Yo, I've been to because remember before they actually played every preseason the Jets and the Giants would play each other, and so I've been to a couple games, and I'm just I hate Jets fans. Mark Bernier says no name defense too.
Okay. Let's hope they have that again. Let's hope they have that success with the no-name defense. And he actually named everybody on that no-name defense, and I got 1 or 2 wrong, and it was very upsetting for me. Granted, it was the 70s, but a diehard Dolphin fan like him and I are, you usually get it. No, I don't think it was that. It was the no-name as opposed to the Killer Bees. I got it, Mark. I got it. Sorry, that's just between him and I. All right.
Yep.
Enjoy the rest of the Olympics. Tune in next Wednesday at 5 o'clock and let us know your top 3 moments from these Summer Olympics. Everyone enjoy them. Tune in. Keep your feet on the ground, but keep reaching for the stars. Have a great weekend.